Hey, welcome you guys. Welcome to another Sunday special from yours truly, Matt. And today we're going to delve into Second Chronicles 15, 6 through 7. Now, today we're going to talk about finding courage. And I've talked a lot about this lately, about finding courage, even not just during tough times, but when you feel when you feel the least courageous. When you kind of feel like you're weak, or that you can't initiate on something, or that you can't accomplish something, or that you can't um, you can't start a fitness regimen because you feel like you don't have what it takes, or you don't feel like you can start a business plan or a career because you don't feel like you have what it takes. And that's been very it's that's been very common among our society, um, especially within the last 10 years, I would say, because of all the technology that's available to us. Because if you have texting, if you have the internet, if you have email, or if you have social media, what's the use in like ever having to communicate with somebody, or ever having to have a confrontation with somebody, or even having to ask somebody out on a date, or tell somebody how you really feel about them, or having a heart to heart with someone close to you, a friend, a family friend, or a parent, your mom or your dad, your brother, your sister. We aren't doing those things anymore because of just that, what I just mentioned. Anything that we want, it's instant. It's right there. Like, I could literally, like, that. I could if I wanted to turn the video off, I could just hit that button right there, and I'm done recording, right? Um, so that's what I believe has really, not only crippled us as a society, but has really made us more fearful. It's it's made us a little bit more. It makes us a lot less inclined to take action on anything, or have some kind of a conversation with somebody, or like starting something, even if it's just walking outside of your door and going out for a walk. Some people can't even do that. Why? Because even though everything's looking like it's starting to. I mean, COVID's pretty much a thing of the past now, right? Yeah. You guys know what I'm talking about. COVID, this stupid fucking pandemic bullshit. But people, there's some people in our society that still haven't left their house yet, believe it or not, because they're afraid of catching a virus, or catching a cold, right? Or potentially dying from a virus or a cold, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get into some scripture here. This comes right out of Second Chronicles 15, 6 through 7. Okay, and okay, here it is. So just to give you guys a little bit of context here, so essentially what this is God coming down in spirit to talk to Azria, and to give him to give him some kind of a reassurance, right? Because all the nations, all the areas of the world were just in complete chaos and turmoil, like fights happening everywhere, people killing each other. And so, I mean, if you can imagine, if you've ever been in a scenario like that, especially if you happen to be somebody that served in the military at one point, you know exactly what that's like. I've never served in the military, but I have been in situations, especially while driving, where I almost died, where someone almost got me killed, or there was some kind of a threat to my life, right? So I've been in situations like that, but in a different way. But here's Azria, or some theologians call him Asa, who's just scared, who's just trembling in fear, like what do I do, how, where do I go, where do I go safely, how can I be safe, when is all this shit gonna end? But here God comes down to talk to him and give him some reassurance here. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's Second Chronicles 15:6-7. One nation was being crushed by another because God was troubling them with every kind of distress. But as for you, be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded. Now, a couple things here. So right in the middle where you see he says that God was troubling them with every kind of distress, right? Back then, it didn't necessarily mean that God, was trying to kill anybody, or trying to bring harm to anybody back then that was suffering under those circumstances. What he was trying to do was he was trying to build people up, and sometimes that's what it takes. You have to be in some kind of trial or in some kind of hardship in order to really grow as a person, right? But for those people, depending on what they did or how they lived their lives, or how sinful they were, right? They had to go through some kind of turmoil in order to really grow and to grow into really strong, courageous people, because we need that. Not only do we need it in that world back then, but we definitely need it now, right? Because everything's just been so just so tampered down, and we've lived in this fake utopia for who knows how long. At least the last 40 or 50 years, we've been living in this fake utopia, that now people have gotten to the point where they think that what just happened here can't happen to them either, and that's just simply not true. And now we're starting to see that unfold, right? And like honestly, as unfortunate as it is, I think that's what it's going to take for people to finally wise up and see what's going on around them and be more aware. And then what do you do when you start to become more aware? Well, you take whatever precautions you need to. You form an alliance with people. You not only make your mind stronger, or build a stronger sense of discipline for your mind, but also making your body strong, right? Which is why I talk about fitness all the time. That's how you make that. That it's exactly what you need for any kind of worst case scenario that might happen, like what's happening over here, right? Make your body strong, eat all the right foods, but because people don't think that any real any semblance of chaos can happen to them, well, then they just go to fast food places and go through the drive-thrus and order their cheeseburgers, right? Or they go back home and watch Netflix all night, because people are deluded, or most people are deluded, and I'm not casting stones here. I'm not disparaging anybody by saying that, because I've been that person. I've been that person my whole life up until 2 years ago. So I've been there. I've been the guy that just never paid attention to what's going on. Just constantly, had this bubble around me. Like had this bubble wrap around me, and I probably did more to Tony Robbins talks about this a lot, that most people, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the exact quote here. People do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. So there you go. That's been our society over the last 40 or 50 years. And because of that, people are fearful and people are afraid. And rightfully so. They should be. You should be afraid because you're not prepared. You're not prepared for what's going to happen. And whatever is going to happen in the future, I'm not exactly sure what it is. Only time will tell. But you need to be prepared for it. And you need to start building courage. And how do you build courage? Well, I talk about it a lot. The few things that you need: diet, fitness, keep your spirituality in check. Like whatever that means to you, whether it's reading directly out of the Bible, whether you believe in God or Jesus or something, like whatever your concept of God is. Those are the things that you absolutely need to be a badass, courageous human being. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. So anyway, guys, just that's my Sunday special. I hope you enjoyed it. It's the first one. I know I took a break last week because I had a lot of shit going on, but I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you did, please share this with your friends and your family. Go to both of my socials. My YouTube is Collectively Fearless. My Instagram handle is @Matty_Ice. Go to my sponsor, check them out. They got a lot of really cool stuff, cool clothes and whatnot. And if you go and place your order, my promo code is right there so that you can save a little bit of money, and you'll also get something really cool shipped right to your doorstep. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. So until tomorrow, I will see you again soon.